The first thing I noticed was I couldn't see my mum. Screamed out as loud as I could, I need help, I need help. My mum's stuck out there with her friend and they can't go back in.
I'll pull the trailer out here.
Yeah, man. We were launching the boat, me and Charlie, and a kid walked past saying, "Oh, my mum's out there." And he was crying a little bit as well. So we were like, "Don't worry, we're going to go and get her now."
What happened in the sort of couple of minutes it took me to run down, I would say about another 7 people had been sucked into the rip. It was sucking people out. Pretty bad situation, really.
We got there and there was like 6 people, and because we're a big orange lifeboat coming towards them, a lot of people latched onto the handles, but when they do that, it really restricts the movement of the IRB. I think Charlie pulled one lady in, and we had another holding on that I had to say, "Sorry, you're gonna have to let go, otherwise this boat's going over." And we'll just be like there'll be no use. We kind of let her off, and as we did, James arrived on the jet ski.
I think it would be fair to say that we had people that were about to drown.
The first thing I noticed was I couldn't see my mum. Screamed out as loud as I could, I need help, I need help. My mum's stuck out there with her friend and they can't go back in.
I wasn't really swimming at all. I was just being pummeled and then popping up and then being pummeled again. And I just thought I was going to die. In my head, I'm thinking, how's Ellis going to get home from the beach that day? And I wonder what his life will be.
Amanda and Ellis were surfing with their family friend, Donna.
I started kicking to catch a wave and I missed it. And I went to stand up and I couldn't touch the bottom. So I started to swim in, and I realised that instead of swimming in, I was being pulled out to sea. And I knew I was in trouble. And I knew that I couldn't get out of it. Ellis saw we were getting into trouble, and his knee-jerk reaction was also to try and help us.
I managed to get to them. My mum's friend Donna just kept on saying, "Stop, stop, you know, go back."
He said, "Well, what should I do?" And she said, "Can you please go and get help?"
I was just trying to get back in. I was, you know, going as fast as I could.
I just kept on saying, "Do you think Ellis is okay? Do you think he's got to shore? Where's Ellis?" I don't think I was really thinking about my own safety. I was just wondering where Ellis was.
Ellis made it back to the beach to see lifeguards George and Charlie launching the rescue boat.
When we saw the boat coming towards us, it was just incredible, because we knew that somebody knew we were there. So I tried to grab hold of the boat. Eventually I latched on, but then the lifeguards told me to let go because there was a possibility that they would all fall out of the boat. So I thought, oh God, I was going to be saved, and now I'm not. And then the waves got really, really strong. And every time a wave dumped down, I was being pummeled under the water.
I was sat there on the beach by myself, waiting for them to come, waiting for news of what was happening. Someone came in, and I thought it was my mum, and I ran over, and it wasn't her. And that's when I thought, they'd died.
By now, lifeguard James was also on scene aboard the rescue watercraft.
He shouted at me to grab hold, and I just looked up at him and I just said, "I can't." I had no energy left from all the waves and I just couldn't. And he just shouted at me, you know, "Get on!" And I could just tell from the fear in his voice that it was now or never. I knew that if I didn't have the energy to hold on, that was it.
With Amanda clinging onto the backboard, James sped into shore and safety.
I just remember seeing Ellis on the beach and just crying with relief.
Having reunited Amanda with her young son, James headed back out to the other swimmers in trouble. In a matter of minutes, the lifeguards rescued a total of 10 people from the rip current.
People tell you things change in seconds, and until you've experienced it, you can't believe that you could be on a sandy beach up to your knees in water, and in the next minute you're fighting for your life. Very grateful to the RNLI that I'm here, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.